evening. As we prepare for the new year, it'll be a busy time for our city with parades, sporting events, and other celebrations. As you all know, the Relia Quest Bowl is tomorrow at Raymond James Stadium. The events start this evening with the parade right here in Ybor. While this is an exciting time for our community, businesses, and visitors, we want everyone to be safe. Whether you're celebrating the football game or New Year's with friends, at home with family, or enjoying public spaces, please remember to celebrate responsibly. If you're consuming alcohol, designate a sober driver or utilize rideshare. Even buzz driving is drunk driving. During our New Year's operation last year, we arrested 40 individuals for DUI. Don't let your new year start out in the back of one of our police cars. Fireworks are also a tradition during this time, and we encourage all who choose to celebrate with them to do so responsibly. It's important to keep in mind that celebratory gunfire is illegal and can cause unintended consequences, as we have seen in the past. As Ybor City becomes a busy gathering spot, we anticipate increased foot traffic, so please to continue practicing patience. We always say this, but it's so imperative. If you see something, say something. There's officers everywhere. You can call us, you can text us, but we need everybody's eyes and ears. We will have extra officers on foot patrol, on horseback, in the air, and even officers in plain clothes. Let's all do our part to keep our city safe this New Year's. And I'll have Sergeant Rose come up for translate, and then I'll continue on.
Hola, soy Sargento Rose Angelopoulos. Estamos comprometidos con la seguridad mientras damos la bienvenida al Año Nuevo. Queremos recordarle a todos que celebren de forma responsable. Eso significa designar un conductor sobrio o utilizar servicios de viaje compartido cuando esté tomando alcohol. Ok, voy a decir esa parte de nuevo. Habrá muchos conductores de otros estados. Le pedimos que tengan paciencia y no conduzca de manera agresiva. Los fuegos artificiales son una tradición en esa época y le pedimos a todos los que decidan celebrar con ellos que lo hagan de forma responsable. Padres, vigilen a sus hijos durante cualquier actividad con fuegos artificiales para garantizar su seguridad. Es importante tener en cuenta que los disparos de celebración son ilegales y no se tolerarán. Para garantizar que todos puedan disfrutar de las maravillosas festividades en Tampa, les instamos a todos que estén atentos en su entorno. Si ve algo, di algo para que los oficiales puedan hacer algo. El Departamento de Policía de Tampa es un negocio que funciona las 24 horas al día, los 7 días a la semana, y nuestros esfuerzos no se detienen después de la medianoche. De hecho, verá a nuestros oficiales saturando la ciudad para responsabilizar a quienes no encuentren una solución segura. Desde el Departamento de Policía de Tampa les deseamos a ustedes y a sus seres queridos un feliz año nuevo. Gracias.
Before I take questions, I'd like to provide an update regarding the shooting this weekend involving one of our reserve officers. FDLE is leading this investigation and providing updates. However, I always want to be as transparent as possible, and I'll share what I can. Last Saturday, shortly before 7 p.m., 2 reserve officers were working extra duty traffic on the 600 block of Channelside Drive. The early investigation identified Jaquan Thomas threatened to shoot another officer and reached for his pocket immediately before the shooting occurred. Thomas was hit 3 times and was taken to the hospital. He remains hospitalized, currently in critical but stable condition. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is investigating this incident to include who he made the threats to. At this time, a gun has not been recovered. And earlier today, we identified the reserve officers involved as Paul Hopkins and Shelby Riggs Hopkins. They are married volunteer officers and have been volunteer reserves with TPD since July of last year. Reserve officers are voluntary employees trained to provide additional personnel for emergencies or special events to allow officers to remain on patrol duties. These volunteer officers do not work often, typically 16 hours a month, and they do not have body-worn cameras due to the high cost of the program. However, FDLE agents and our detectives have canvassed the area looking for any available video. At this time, they've identified one video that captures the shooting from a distance. We will be releasing that video this afternoon. It was provided from a Hart trolley that passed by. However, we know that there were a lot of people around and businesses that may have video. And if anybody did have a video that captured the incident, we would encourage them to share that with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. This does remain an active investigation. And once that active criminal investigation is done, then we will conduct an administrative review. Any questions?
You mentioned that no gun was recovered. Do you know if the man had any weapons?
That's part of the ongoing investigation, but as of this time, they have not.
And do you know, I know a lot of times the volunteer officers and reserve officers can have like really long experience. Do you know their experience?
They have quite extensive experience. Both of them were officers before in the Orange County area, so they do come with a lot of experience, and that's even before they come and receive our extensive training.
And then I know like over the last like year or so, we've had various shootings like here, Armature Work, Soho, now here's Parkland Court. As we're going into like one of the biggest drinking holidays, we're gonna have big crowds tomorrow. When it comes to firearms and settling things with guns, just what's your message tonight?
Absolutely. Guns aren't going to solve problems at all. They actually make things worse. And I mean, look at our profession. You have police officers out there that are threatened and even shot all the time. And you all are reporting how dangerous this profession is. And we're out here risking our lives to keep the community safe. And we just don't want anybody unnecessarily escalating those situations. So obviously, if you see anything, please don't hesitate to report it to us. Call 911 if it's emergency. You can text it, tip 411, or call the non-emergency line.
That's one more.
Sure.
You already touched on like kind of your DUI patrol and kind of what you're doing. What more can you say about just giving us details about how you're ramping up things to accommodate the crowd?
Yeah, absolutely. We have officers here on our days off. I even have detectives out here working. So we are out here doing our part to keep everybody safe. So we just need everybody to communicate with us and report anything suspicious. And don't hesitate to let us know. Yes?
How are you providing the public with information and reports just calling 911 or
Obviously, if you're not sure and it's emergency, then 911. But you can also report it through tip 411. But all those are delayed. So anything that's an emergency, dial 911. You're welcome. All right, thank you.
Bueno, aquí el año pasado el crimen violento con armas de fuego ha bajado. So, sí, claro, cuando algo pasa así, la persona no se siente seguro. Por eso, como ven aquí, tenemos las personas montadas en los caballos, están en patrullas, en bicicletas, vamos a estar en aviones, vamos a estar en los grupos de las personas no vestidos como policía. So, sí tenemos muchos oficiales que van a estar aquí dedicados para asegurar que todo el mundo esté seguro aquí.
Hablamos del tema de reportar, la importancia del trabajo de la seguridad de todos, los que están allá y los que estamos acá y ustedes allí. Un mensaje para la comunidad hispana que reporte cualquier cosa que pueda haber mañana.
Sí, bueno, nosotros necesitamos más ojos en la comunidad y siempre lo decimos, si ven algo, no importa qué pequeño, por favor digan algo, como el jefe dijo, si es una emergencia, llamen al 911 o lo pueden hacer a través de Tip 411, que es anónimo. También pueden llamar al número que no es de emergencia, que es el 813-231-6130. Y por favor no tengan miedo de comunicarse con la policía. Nosotros, si tú eres una víctima o ves algo, no importa si tienes papeles, no tienes papeles, nosotros vamos a responder a la llamada.
La última, ¿este operativo va a ser distinto al de los años anteriores? Y si es así, ¿de qué manera?
Bueno, nosotros vamos a tener mucho más oficiales en la calle y eso no es nada bueno para la ciudad de Tampa. Nosotros tenemos muchos eventos de magnitud bien grande y nosotros sabemos cómo preparar. So, a veces, dependiendo la ocasión, cambiamos la táctica un poco, pero están seguros aquí en Tampa esta noche y siguiendo con el año nuevo.